International Conference on Research Pathways to 2030, Insights for Sustainable Development, organized by Department of Corporate Secretaryship, CA and Professional Accounting of Congo Arts and Science College in collaboration with the Department of Corporate Secretaryship of Patrician College of Arts and Science and Patrician Research Center. Sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. Our conference is not just an academic program, rather, it is a visionary event in which all the great minds which are ready to do impactful missions to uplift our planet have joined together. Prayer is the heart where the heart sings and the words cannot express. Now, I am indeed in pleasure to call upon my sisters to sing the Tamil Thai Mantra.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும்
ஆடியோ கேட்கல
சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு திரை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகவுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இறந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே முன் சீரிழமை திறம்பி அந்த செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
மேம் நீங்க அப்படியே லைன்லயே இருங்க மேம், இப்போ லைன்லயே இருங்க மேம், பேசுற வரைக்கும் அப்படியே இருங்க நீங்க. மேம் அவங்க பேசுறது கேட்கல மேம். வெல்கம்க்கு அவங்களோட இதை காமிக்க சொல்லுமா, அவங்களோட இதை காமிக்க சொல்லுவாங்க, அவங்க ஸ்டேஜ் காமிக்க சொல்லுவாங்க. மேம் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலையா நீ? என்னாச்சு? வெல்கம் பண்ண சொல்ல
A true welcome comes not from words but from the heart. Now I am indeed in pleasure to welcome Dr. M. Meera Devi ma'am, Head of the Department of Corporate Secretaryship of Patrician College of Arts and Science, to present the welcome address.
Good morning, distinguished dignitaries, esteemed scholars, respected faculty members, and dear participants from across the globe. On behalf of Department of Corporate Secretaryship, Patrician College of Arts and Science, Chennai, PCA's Research Center, in collaboration with Department of Corporate Secretaryship, CA and Professional Accounting, Congo Arts and Science College, Autonomous E-Road, it is my honor and privilege to extend a warm welcome to the International Conference on Research Pathways 2030, Insights for Sustainable Development. We are truly privileged to have among us eminent dignitaries whose presence adds immense value to this occasion. I extend my respectful welcome to our chief guest, Thiru P. Sachidanandan, Correspondent KASC, Brother Ramesh Amalnathan, Director and Secretary PCAS, and Dr. Fatima Vasant, Academic Director PCAS. Your gracious presence sets the tone for this international event. A special welcome is also extended to Dr. Arokya Mary Geeta Rufus, Principal PCAS, Dr. H. Vasudevan, Principal KSC, whose vision and support have made this conference possible. They will deliver the keynote address. We eagerly look forward to your scholarly insights. I also take this opportunity to welcome Dr. D. Doran Robin, founder and director, Computational Intelligence Research Foundation, Chennai, Dr. T. Deepa, Associate Professor, School of Business and Management, Christ University, Bengaluru, and Dr. Christina Jnanamani, Senior Lecturer, Head, St. Joseph University, Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, Dr. Sharan Kumar Shetty, Professor and Head, AJ Institution of Engineering Technology, Mangalore, who will lead the technical sessions. The moderators for the paper presentation sessions, Dr. Joyce Lidvina, Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Secretariat, Lila College, Dr. Vinnarasi, Associate Professor, Department of Commerce, Christ University, Bangalore, Dr. Nishad, Dean, Research and Consultancy, Head, Department of Marketing Management, MOP Vaishnava College, Chennai. We are honored to your presence and look forward to your expertise. We are truly privileged to welcome our beloved Vice Principals, Dr. B. Anantapriya, Shift 1, and Dr. B. Meena, who encourage and guide us in a great source of support in academic and research endeavors. I would further like to acknowledge Dr. K.K.A. Allagappan, Head Department, KASC, who collaboration has been vital in shaping this joint initiative. I also extend my heartfelt welcome to the distinguished faculty members from both the institutions, as well the learned faculty and scholars joining us from other reputed institutions. To all academicians, researchers, industrial professionals, and the students from India and abroad, your presence add immense value to this academic gathering. This platform is a space where knowledge transcends boundaries, where research gains fresh perspectives, and where we collectively seek innovative solutions for sustainable development in alignment with Agenda 2030. May this conference spark meaningful dialogue, foster lasting collaborations, and illuminate pathway toward a more sustainable future. Once again, I warmly welcome each one of you and wish this international conference great success. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm words of welcome. Felicitation is a way of expressing our heart, appreciation, and admiration. First, I would like to invite our honorable correspondent, the P. Sachidanandan sir, to felicitate our gathering.
Good morning to all. The distinguished personalities in the days of Congo Science College and Felicitation College of Arts and Science, Chennai. My dear faculty members of both the colleges and students of both the colleges and delegates from elsewhere across the country. It is a pleasure for me to note that both the colleges have engaged in a joint conference on research pathways to 2030 insights for sustainable development. The joint program and the paper presentation event. I have been informed that this event is the fourth on this serial, and this kind of engagements from both the colleges not only give opportunity for the student community and the faculty as well to develop themselves according to the changing conditions of the industry and the economy. I hope that this event will open new avenues to every one of you in developing your skills in the daily changing world. I wish the function very success. Thank you, Anandam. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your appreciative words. Your words have ignited hope and encouragement. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Fatima Vasant ma'am, Academic Director of Patrician College of Arts and Science, to felicitate the gathering.
Good morning, everyone. I take immense pleasure and pride to congratulate the management of Patrician College of Arts and Science, headed by our Reverend Brother Ramesh, the Director and Secretary of the college, and Thiru P. Sachidanandam, the correspondent of Kongu Arts and Science College, the principals, Dr. Arakyam Mary Geeta Rufus, Principal of Patrician, and Dr. H. Vasudevan, Principal of Kongu Arts, and both the heads of the department, Dr. Meera from Patrician College and Dr. Alagapan from HOD of Department of Corporate Secretaryship from Kongu Arts, the team of faculty from both the institutions, and the dear students who are behind and as well as in front to organize this one-day international conference. And I want to congratulate you on many aspects. To begin with, starting with the topic that you have selected, Research Pathways to 2030, Insights for Sustainable Development. I really feel proud that you did a lot of homework to select this topic, which is so relevant, critical, and crucial, especially today with the UN Sustainable Development Goals framework. A lot of hard work has gone in. The HOD, Dr. Meera, was just sharing with me that within a short span of time, both the institutions have been able to succeed in getting more than 200 research papers for publication. It really requires a round of applause from each one of you, because producing a research paper is not a simple job. And getting 200 papers, that too across 22 states in India and one paper from US, which really gives an international image, and we are very proud of it, and we congratulate both the institutions for this wonderful success for this international seminar. I think our management, particularly you would have seen our director, has put up a very big board near the D block exposing the sustainable development goals for you. It is important for every one of us as citizens and as global partners to understand the Sustainable Development Goals that penetrates into every domain, into every spectrum. I think you mentioned a domain or an area, this sustainable goals, you will see it through. And it is so significant and pertinent for each one of us that sustainable development goals cannot remain just as goals, cannot remain as concerns and issues. And I think this academia, this academic body has really taken steps to see how these concerns, these issues, whether at the global or at the local, should be addressed by not just the policymakers. Let's not look at it as the job or the responsibility and accountability of policymakers, international team, or international leaders. As I said, it runs through and it penetrates every sector, even community development or healthcare or your management or engineering or technology. Now you, even the student body, you have every responsibility to look at how do we how do we how do we find solutions to these global issues and concerns. And that's why I thought that I should congratulate you for selecting this team. And I hope this whole day you will be listening to wonderful speakers with a lot of qualitative inputs. We don't just listen by 1 year and let it out and say, it doesn't concern me. Together as an academia, particularly, the academic bodies have a great responsibility in research area, and I hope that we will be able to follow up with an action area where research, where we can find some solutions, simple solutions to mega problems. I said we can think globally, but when we act, we need to act locally. And let's see in our own environment, in our own surrounding, what is some of the concerns that we can address, which will be part of the sustainable development. So with these few words, let me once again congratulate both the institutions and all of you who are here for this wonderful day. And I hope you will go back enriched with knowledge and the attitude that we together must do something towards these sustainable goals. All the best, and I'm very happy about this program. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your encouraging words. Your words implanted responsibility and vision in our minds. Now, it's time to honor our chief guests. To honor someone is to recognize the light they bring into their lives of others. First, I would like to invite Brother Ramesh Amalanathan, sir, Director and Secretary of Patrician College of Arts and Science, to honor Dr. Doreen Robin, ma'am, Founder and Director of Computational Intelligence Research Foundation. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. We now come to a significant moment, the release of conference proceedings, a record of rich ideas and insight shared during the gathering. Now I request Brother Ramesh Amalanathan, sir, Director and Secretary of Patrician College of Arts and Science, to release the conference proceedings, and I request Dr. M. Meeradevi, ma'am, Head of the Department of Corporate Secretariat of Patrician College of Arts and Science, to receive the proceedings. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. May I now invite our respectful correspondent, Tirupati Sachidanandan, sir, and our reputed principal, Dr. H. Vasudevan, sir, to release the conference proceedings. And I request Dr. E. T. Loganathan, sir, Controller of Examination, to receive the proceedings. you, dignitaries. It is now time for the keynote address. Setting tone for the session ahead, we are honored to invite Dr. Arogya Mary Geeta Rufus Ma'am, Principal of Patrician College of Arts and Science, to present the keynote address.
Respected officials of Congo Arts and Science College and Patrician College of Arts and Science, organizers, guests, faculty members, scholars, researchers, and my dear beloved students. It is indeed a great privilege and honor to deliver the keynote address at this international conference on research pathways in 2020, Insights for Sustainable Development Goals. As we stand at the threshold of the year 2030, the world faces unprecedented challenges: climate change, poverty, inequality, health crisis, and the urgent need for sustainable economic growth. In this context, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, as mentioned by our academic director, is placed all over in the campus to serve as an universal blueprint for peace, prosperity, and environmental well-being. Yes, to transform these aspirations into reality, research must be our guiding compass. Research is not merely the pursuit of knowledge, it is the foundation for innovation, evidence-based policy, and social transformation. Each of the 17 SDG goals calls for solutions that are rooted in rigorous inquiry, whether it is sustainable agriculture, renewable energy, quality education, or gender equality. Academic and applied research provides the data, technologies, and framework that can bridge the gap between vision and action. This conference is a step toward building this bridge by bringing together scholars and practitioners from diverse disciplines. We are creating a platform for dialogue, collaboration, and knowledge sharing. I urge every researcher and participant to see their work not in isolation, but as part of a larger global mission. Even the smallest project, when aligned with the SDG, becomes a vital contribution to humanity's collective future. I request my dear students to understand the need of the hour, and we as individual can contribute towards the goal of the United Nations. And I think the goals that are placed everywhere, what little can I do towards this sustainable development goal, is something that we need to ponder. And I hope this would give you a platform to understand and what is our role and how we should take it forward. We wish all the very best to all the participants. God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words of consider and enlightenment. Next, I would like to invite our respected principal, Dr. H. Vasudevan sir, to present the keynote address.
Good morning. I'm happy to be part of this international conference on research pathways to 2030 Insights for Sustainable Development. I sincerely appreciate the collaboration between Kongu Arts and Science College and Patrician College of Arts and Science commitment. Achieving them requires more than policies, it needs knowledge that converts into action. Research should not be with ideas, but guide society toward responsible growth. Institutions like ours carry this responsibility. We must develop scholars whose work extends beyond the campus and benefits communities. The true research measured not just by publications, but by the difference it makes in people's lives. I see three important directions for research towards 2030. Technology with responsibility, ethical business and governance, and third one, human-centered innovation. Conferences like this are not only for sharing papers, but for creating relationships across disciplines. Let us use this platform to create collaborations that continue beyond these events. It's important. At this conference inspired us to think differently, act responsibly, and research purposefully. It's important. So that by 2030, academia can proudly say it was a driver of sustainable change. On behalf of Kongu Arts and Science College, I extend sincere gratitude to the faculty, research coordinators, and staff of Patrician College of Arts and Science for their dedicated support. A special appreciation thanks goes to Dr. Fatima Vasant, Academic Director, and Dr. Arukimeri Gita Refuse, Principal of Patrician College of Arts and Science, for their support and vision. We also thank our team, Dr. K.K. Alagappan, HOD, Corporate Secretary, and team for the hard work and commitment for organizing this conference successfully. We look forward to too many more meaningful cooperations like this. Thank you, and I wish the conference a grand success.
Good morning to one and all. I am glad to stand to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of the Department of Corporate Secretaryship with Computer Applications and Professional Accounting of Kongu Arts and Science College, Erode, and Department of Corporate Secretaryship and Patrician Research Center of Patrician College of Arts and Science, Chennai. We are delighted to thank our correspondent, Thiru P. Sachidanandan Avargal, and Patrician College Director and Secretary, Brother Ramesh Amalanathan Avargal, for all your approval and support for conducting this international conference on research pathways to 2030, insights for sustainable development through hybrid mode. Thank you, sirs. We are exhilarated to thank the principal of Kongu, Dr. H. Vasudevan sir, Academic Director of Patrician, Dr. Fatima Vasant Madam, and Principal of Patrician, Dr. Arogya Mary Geeta Rufus Madam, for your felicitation, keynote address, and guidance in all our endeavors. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. We take this opportunity to thank Dr. Sharan Kumar Shetty from AJ Institute of Engineering, Mangalore, who will address you in the technical session 4, and would also like to thank other resource persons, Dr. D. Doreen Robin, founder and director, Computational Intelligence Research Foundation, Dr. T. Deepa from Christ University, Bengaluru, Dr. Christina Nyanamani from St. Joseph University, Tanzania, East Africa, for giving insights for sustainable development. Thank you to all. We also thank all the moderators who are going to moderate the paper presenters. We are elated to thank 200 plus authors who have sent their research papers, 75 plus presenters who will be presenting their research papers simultaneously under 3 different tracks. Participants attending in Congo Arts and Science College, Patrician College of Arts and Science, and participants attending virtually through Gmeet and YouTube Live. Overall, 1,000 plus participants across the country. And to be precise, we have participants from 22 states, which include Delhi, Uttarakhand, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Pondicherry, Andhra Pradesh, and so on. To mark global presence, we do have participants from America. Thank you to all the participants. We express our sincere gratitude to Congo Arts and Science College and Patrician College of Arts and Science officials for your continuous support and encouragement. And as a result, we are now in the 4th international conference. A very big thanks to both the college officials. Thank you, sirs. I take this opportunity to thank Dr. D. Sripriya, Associate Professor, Dr. M. Meera Devi, Head Department of Corporate Secretaryship, Dr. Preeti, Dr. Meenakshi, and other faculty members of Patrician College of Arts and Science, and my department faculty members for your dedication and cooperation. Thank you to all. With this, once again, I thank all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your words of gratitude. Now, I hand over the session.
Good morning, distinguished delegates, respected dignitaries, esteemed speakers, and dear participants. On behalf of Patrician College of Arts and Science, it is my honor and privilege to extend a very warm welcome to each one of you to the Research Pathways to 2030 Insights for Sustainable Development, an international conference of bright minds, innovative ideas, and collaborative spirits. Now, I call Dr. Preeti, Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Secretaryship, to propose welcome address and introduction of the chief guest.
Good morning, all. Respected faculty members, guests, research scholars, students, and participants from across the globe. On behalf of the organizing committee, it is my great privilege to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to each one of you to this international conference on Research Pathways 2030 Insights to Sustainable Development. This conference serves as a vibrant platform to bring together brilliant minds, innovators, and academicians to discuss the pressing challenges of our time and to explore sustainable solutions for the future. Today, we not only celebrate the spirit of research and collaboration, but also reaffirm our collective commitment to shaping a world that is sustainable, inclusive, and resilient. We are truly honored to have with us distinguished academician, researcher, and visionary leader as our chief guest for this inauguration session. It is my privilege to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Doreen Robin, Director of the Computational Intelligence Research Foundation. She is a distinguished academician and researcher in the field of computer science and engineering with specialization in computational intelligence, data science, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity. Dr. Robin holds a PhD in computer science and engineering from Anna University and has published exclusively in reputed journals and conferences. She has served in leading academic positions, including professor and head at Loyola College of Engineering and Technology, and is currently also an online faculty member with the University of San Diego and Southern New Hampshire University, USA. With over 700 workshops and training programs conducted on cutting edge technologies, Dr. Robin has been driving force in upskilling students, faculty, and professionals in emerging fields like big data, AI, cybersecurity, blockchain, and generative AI. She also contributes to curriculum development as a board of study member in several leading institutions. Her remarkable contributions to research, teaching, and capacity building truly make her an inspiring leader and a perfect choice as our chief guest today. I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for that warm welcome and your introduction of the chief guest. This conference is a platform not just for sharing research and ideas, but also for building bridges across nations, cultures, and disciplines. Now, the moment we have all been waiting for. I invite Dr. Doreen Robin to address the gathering. Let us give a big round of applause for our esteemed chief guest.
Good morning. How many of you are happy today? Not happy. You are happy or not happy? Not happy. How many of you are happy? Raise hands. How many of you are not happy? All right. I would like to thank the entire management of Petition College of Arts and Science for having invited me for the session. Yeah. All right. And the first technical session today, we are going to see about AI in sustainable development. What is AI? That's a full form of AI, artificial intelligence. Before I begin, kickstart my session, I would like to ask a few of you, right? Don't give me a chorus answer. I was also into teaching for a decade. I know psychology, I can read minds, all right? And what some tools that you get it in your mind when you speak about AI? What do you use it? What are the applications in AI you use? Chat GPT for assignments, very good. Then Gemini, all right. Then, do you use AI tools? Yes or no? Okay, so even for a college, right, in Auxilium College, years back, they called me to have a session, all right, and they said to give a talk, how to use ChatGPT, how not to use ChatGPT, when to use ChatGPT and when not to use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a product of AI, yes or no? We call it as generative AI. Have you heard about generative? You all which department students you belong to? Commerce. Corporate secretaryship. Now you don't see any difference, but AI becomes a part and parcel of your curriculum or on your job that you are going to do. But when you're going to see AI and sustainable development, sustainability is something very, very important in life. All right? Not only in AI, in everything that we do. How many of you still have your school friends with you? You're connected with your school friends? All right, at least once a week you connect. But during schools, you would have told on your, you remember what you spoke on your farewell day. Till the end of our life, we'll be friends. But do you have friends with them? There's a little gap than with your schooling. Yes or not, we are not able to even sustain our friendships that we maintain. Today, we are going to see how AI can be used, right? And your job that you're going to be here in your prime time of your job, AI is one of the mandatory skill that is needed. Without that skill, you cannot. What is the spelling for skill? If I remove the S, what happens? So your career, either to become an entrepreneur, I encourage people to become entrepreneurs, or you want to get into a job, everything requires a skill, right? And AI is a mandatory skill, right? Even at our institution nowadays, we find commerce students are coming into AI, learning AI a lot during the part of it. Let's move on to the slide, please. I'll be showing you a slide and I want you to find out the mistakes. I will give you 15 seconds. Put onto the slideshow quick. Slideshow, ma. Top right. All right. Move on to the previous slide. What is the mistake that you find in this picture? I want somebody to stand up and speak. Is there a mistake in this picture? If you speak like that, I cannot come and keep my ears near your mouth and listen. You have to stand up and speak. Do you find mistake? Yes or no? What's the mistake? It is not a group discussion. I want an answer. Quick, fast. Anybody can come forward. Check, check, check. Anyone can speak. Yaradhu orthar. Or you can give the mic down. Ask them to respond. Yes, on the first row. You are all able to find the mistakes, right? You could be right or wrong. Make it fast. Yes, say fast. Don't keep passing over the mic. Okay, let's move on to the boys. Girls, you're not trying to say boys. Anyone, you could be right or wrong. Make it fast. Idhula mistake irka illaya?
No, we couldn't find any mistakes.
Yeah, yes, please.
Hello. The blue color balloon பக்கத்துல red color circle இருந்தது first.
அது mistake இல்ல. இதுல என்ன mistake? இந்த pictureல என்ன mistake? Phoebe, you should have not put the next slide, right? Be careful when you put onto the slides. Anyone?
Madam, one balloon doesn't have manual control. It is just flying.
யார் பேசுறீங்கன்னே தெரியல. Oh, from there, yeah. Yes, you can say. Nobody would like to say?
Rainbow color, ma'am.
Yes, rainbow color. What is the color of the rainbow? Vibgr. What is B? Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. But you see on the first, violet and indigo is swapped. Move on to the next slide. Violet and indigo is swapped. Able to understand? Purida. So first color is what? What is the first color? Violet. But here it is shown as blue, indigo, right? That's the mistake. A big round of applause. Who answered? What's your name?
Kirtika, ma'am.
Kirtika. A big round of applause to Kirtika. எல்லாரும் தான் நல்லா clap hands பண்ணுங்களேன். Now, okay, thank you. Now listen. AI can process lot of data. Now listen very carefully. AI can process huge volume of data, but it will not know what is the correct facts. Because you are able to know the fact, after violet only you get indigo, you are able to find the errors. Yes or no? How many of you found it first itself, but you didn't say that the second? How many of you found it? Raise hands. எத்தனை பேர் ஃபர்ஸ்டே கண்டுபிடிச்சிங்க, but you didn't say? All right, that's okay. Use every opportunity that you get it. What do I want to say? You belong to any department, but AI can be used only if you are able to know the facts, able to understand. So that is not what you know is natural intelligence. What system processes artificial intelligence? What is the basic very, very basic knowledge that you need to understand about AI is called as data patterns. Can everybody say data patterns? Understanding your data patterns. Now you are all sitting with your friend or not with your friend? With your friend. How do you pick up your friend? How do you pick up your friend? You try to spend time with them, whose behavior you like, then you make friends. Yes or no? Others you say hi and bye and then you go. In college it's more prominent. I belong to this gang, you belong to this gang. Yes or no? And the morning, if your friend doesn't sit next to you, that is the end of the day, right? So we fight for so many things. So as a human, you'll be able to process your friendship. Maximum, can you have 5 close friends? Or 3 close friends, not more than that, right? So here, even in your brain, you try to process the behavioral patterns. Whose behavioral patterns you like, only then you use them, you make them to be friends. But in AI, you have to work with huge volumes of data. Today morning, how many applications you opened? உங்க மொபைல்ல இன்டர்நெட் வச்சிருக்க எத்தனை அப்ளிகேஷன் ஓபன் பண்ணீங்க? WhatsApp, then Instagram, Snapchat, Telegram, then YouTube, then Google, and then see, you use so many applications. Listen carefully. Either if you are going to use Instagram, either you are going to push data into the internet or pull data out of the internet. Yes or no? Either you will be posting or trying to view others or post. So internet has got huge volumes of data. And that top, how many of you are using Snapchat? Raise hands. How many of you are using Snapchat? You can raise hands nicely, right? You are not. Okay. Why do you use Snapchat? For streaks. For filters. Streaks. Listen carefully. I evangelize lot on cybersecurity wherever I go. Per year, we train around 2,000 plus students on cybersecurity. Snapchat is one of a hazardous application that you're using. When you install, you'll give like terms and conditions, right? You give tick. And the second condition is that you are allowing Snapchat to use your photograph for any purpose. Is it safe or unsafe? It's very unsafe. So I always tell college students, do not use application that is not of good use. Snapchat is where does your photos get stored? SnapCloud. Do you know who's the owner of Snapchat? Don't know, right? But you use it for streaks, you use it for filters, but reality is what is reality? Yes, filters is what? Filters. So do not use applications that is of good use and a lot of things. How many of you use Truecaller? Again, it's not a very good application to be installed. You see, you get lot of spam calls before Truecaller or after Truecaller? Because you are allowing your contacts, they are trying to take your contacts and selling to other person. So your mobile is something where AI always uses internet. Use something that only what is essential. Don't get into the trap, right? That's what I always tell students, because you all use WhatsApp, right? How many of you are using WhatsApp? Raise hands. How many of you are using Instagrams? Almost everyone. Do you go for any workshop to learn? Do you went to any college to learn how to use WhatsApp? You are using it because you like it, right? Same thing, you can use tools, I don't deny it. How and where you are going to use is very, very important. Next slide, please. So AI, when I say, it is not a silver bullet, all right? It's a very powerful amplifier. I was speaking with your college brother and with your academic director. Per year, I visit more than 100 plus institutions, right? And this is my 147th talk of this year, all right? And I was able to see you had got your SDG goals. When you enter inside the campus, after you say the partition tunnel, I was able to see it, right? So here, when applied responsibly, it speeds up your multiple. What is the full form of SDG? What is the full form of SDG? Sustainable Development Goals. Everybody together. Sustainable Development Goals. So there itself we have sustainability, right? From zero hunger to climate action, I'll be showing about it. But it should be governed to avoid bias, energy, waste, and inequality. Right? So this is one of the basic objective. And UN, United Nations is progressing towards accomplishing these goals by the year 2030. UN, they conduct a General Assembly. You are aware of it? Do you know UN conducts a General Assembly? Yes or no? No, now is the time. This week, right, UN is conducting his General Assembly at New York, USA. All right, I'm very fortunate. My husband works as Dean Innovation, is Dr. C.R. Renarabin, along with this CEO Sairam group of institutions. They have been invited. He prepared a Sairam innovation ecosystem, and they made the students to start with Ideathon, Solvathon, Innovathon, Inspirathon, and they got a slot to go and attend the UN General Assembly in relevance to the SDG goals. All right, I was speaking, I want your institution should also move progress on SDG goals. College can progress only with the help of students. You are all very, very powerful. Both Patrician College and Congo College, you are students, you are very powerful in accomplishing. You have got brilliant ideas than your teachers. I always say, more than your faculties, more than your management, ideas are brilliant with the students. Right? I deal with all sides of students, but use it for a better purpose. Do not use it just to see YouTube shorts, Instagram, this gram, that gram, and don't waste your time. You can use it maybe for half an hour a day. That is fine. But bring your ideas into reality. Right? Bring your ideas into reality. Next slide, please. So these are the 17 goals, right? Starting with no poverty. How many of you feed others? எத்தனை பேர் சாப்பாடு கொடுக்குறீங்க இன்னொருத்தருக்கு? நம்ம வர இட்லியே நம்ம கோவப்படுறோம். அம்மா ஏமா இட்லிமா, மா உப்புமாம்மா. Yes or no? Do you fight with your mother? Yes or no? There are many people who don't have even one square meal. From CIRF, once in 2 months, we go around to the streets in Chennai. We give very less, we give 50 chicken biryani with 1 liter of water, a sari for women, a t-shirt and lungi for the men. In Chennai, if you give biryani, people with 2-store buildings also will come get biryani and go. When you do something, you have to do it with a vision. So what we do, we travel around 3 to 4 hours. You can see on a company's website or on my LinkedIn page, you'll be able to see to it. We travel around 3 hours to 4 hours to find the person who are living on the road, and we provide them. Able to understand why I'm sharing it with you? I'm not doing something great. I want each and every one of you at least once a month feed 2 people who live on the road. Can you? உங்க வீட்ல இருக்க எக்ஸ்ட்ரா ஃபுட் இருக்குல்ல, அதை கூட நீங்க கொண்டு போய் கொடுக்கலாம். That's a small initiative that you can do. We are so many people. If everybody of you feed, can you feed more than 100 plus people at least once in 2 months, once in a month? Yes or no? Yes or no? ஏதாவது ஒன்று சொல்லுங்க. Yes or no? உங்க வீட்ல சர்ப்ளஸ் ஃபுட் இருக்குதா? 2 பேருக்கு ஒரு மாசத்துல சாப்பாடு கொடுக்குற அளவுக்கு எக்ஸ்ட்ரா ஃபுட் இருக்கா இல்லையா? Yes, I want you to do that. That is very, very impactful. What you do, others they see or not, God is watching over you. Do not waste your food. And what are the initiative as institution you can take it? During Christmas, we have also 2 schools, that's Bethel Matriculation and Global. We take our children to a community and we provide them groceries. We also raise funds and we buy the things and we give them bed sheets for people. They don't even have house. We give them mats and other things. Why I'm trying feeding others is very, very important. Right? Next comes the zero, no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being. Good health starts from you. You are the next pillars. After a few years, you will become fathers and mothers. Yes or no? That is what you have to teach. How many of you tell from yourself, I'm not going to ask you, reconsider yourself whether you are eating good food. Healthy food தான் சாப்பிட்றீங்களா? How many of you eat millets? குதிரவாளி, சாமை, வரகரிசி எத்தனை பேர் வீட்டில் இருக்குது? Yes or no? Do you eat fast foods? I'm not going to ask yes or no. Reconsider yourself. How is your food habits? What are the things that you consume? Right? Your health is சொல்லுங்க, health is wealth. Health is, everybody want to be wealth, right? Why do you come to college to learn? Why do you come to college? After college, what do you want to do? College முடிச்ச பிறகு என்னையா பண்ண போறீங்க? வீட்ல இருக்க போறீங்களா? You want to go for, what you said? வேலைக்கு போறோம். Okay, வேலைக்கு போறீங்க. அதுக்காக தான் you are coming. You want to get a good job. Good job, you define, you need to have a good salary. Yes or no? Yes or no? See, in college, you can enjoy yourself. After you finish college, even your parents won't respect you. I tell you, I do counseling for more than 100+ people every time. So I tell students, those who respect you also will not respect you. That you have to be very careful. So when you want, your health is very important. Right? Why I can share my own story. In 2015, I was working as a professor and I had fever. If you have fever, what tablets you take? Because we are all MBBS doctor, we take Dolo, paracetamol, like that I took. May 1st in 2015, I had a meeting, inspection to go, the next day I became paralyzed below my hip. Both my hands didn't work, below my hip nothing worked. They carried me to hospital. Doctor took MRI, CT concentrated. They were not able to figure out what is my disease at all. All right, I was in 13 days, I was in ICU. That time my son was 1.5 years, my daughter was 5.5 years. And after 13 days, I told my doctor, send me home. They carried me in bedsheet to home. Without knowing anything, per time they gave me 25 tablets. So per day, 75 tablets. I was not even able to eat 1 grain of rice. And doctors told I will not walk for life. I was in catheter for 42 days. My thighs became flat. I lost my sleep. Cutting short the story, then July, only thing we did is physiotherapy and prayers. It says what is not possible with men, it is possible with God. It is possible with God. And then July, my toes started moving. August, I started walking with a walker. And now per year, I go around the world for 400 sessions. In all my session, I stand and speak. All right. So you should know health is your wealth. So take care of your health. Don't try to eat many things that is not of a good quality education. If you submit your assignment from ChatGPT, is it a good quality education or not a good quality? Yes or no? Quick answers. சீக்கிரம் பதில் சொல்லுங்க. நீங்க ChatGPT இருந்து ஒரு assignment submit பண்றீங்க. For each iteration, it gives you different. Is it a good quality education or not a good quality of education? So you know it, right? Reality is always very good. Though your grammar is not good, you will come up in life, right? You try to learn, you can have your ideas. Next comes gender equality. Very good to see your college has got both genders, right? And both of them are evaluated equally. And clean water and sanitations, right? You know about Bureau of Indian Standards? BIS ன்னு ஒன்று இருக்கு, தெரியுமா தெரியாதா? Right, I'll connect you with from Bureau of Indian Standards. They will also have college clubs. நீங்க குடிக்கிற வாட்டர்ல ஒரு ISI முத்திரைன்னு இருக்கு, பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா? அதான் அந்த ஆப் இருக்கு. You can go download the app called BIS app, BIS app. Scan பண்ணீங்கன்னா it is standardized or not standardized. So evangelize other people to use only standard waters. இப்போ இந்த வாட்டர் பாட்டில் எடுத்தீங்கன்னா ISI இருக்கா? அந்த ஆப் ஓப்பன் பண்ணீங்கன்னா make a note of it. If you have got mobile, you also can type it. BIS app, CARE, BIS CARE app. So try to use it. Then you are the people who can speak with many people. Number drink பண்ற water வந்து நீங்க யூஸ் பண்ண நிறைய pressure cookers, all the instruments could be evaluated. All right, affordable and clean energy. Then comes decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure. Even this conference that you're conducting will come under which goal? Goal number 9. Can you all read goal number 9? Industry. So every event that you conduct in your college, map it to your SDG goals, right? Many colleges don't have this opportunity. All right, and then reduce inequality, sustainable cities and communities. I'll share some of the real stories. All right, responsible consumption and production. Do not try to buy things that is not of good use, right? Packed food சாப்பிடுறீங்கல்ல, I'll not name it, but how whether the packet is disposable or not disposable. Chips நிறைய சாப்பிடுறீங்க, it is disposable. So again, it becomes very hazardous to the environment. You are the next generation. So think yourself what you are going to do. Climatic conditions, life below water, life on land, peace, justice, and strong institution. Peace is very, very important, right? You can fight with your friends, but the next time again be good people. Don't have fight for a long time. That will reduce even your mental health, and partnerships for the goals. And I'm so happy to see how Patrician College is beautifully partnering with Kongu College. Always collaboration is very good, right? 2 is always better than 1. Next slide, please. All right. So research and sustainability, as you know, this topic is beautifully framed, having UN sustainable goals. Their vision is also 2030. All right, next slide, please. So when here, even for this, what is innovation? This event is under IIC. எத்தனை பேர் IIC students இருக்கீங்க? The members of IIC, Institution Innovation Council. அப்படின்னு உங்க காலேஜ்ல ஒன்று இருக்கு, தெரியுமா தெரியாதா? தெரியலன்னா தெரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க தயவு செய்து. அதுல இருந்து நிறைய ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் இருக்கு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கு. ஆல் ரைட், படிக்கிறது வந்து ஒரு ஃபேக்டர் தான். யுவர் மார்க் வில் நாட் கிவ் யூ அ ஜாப். ஐ டெல் யூ, that was before 20 years. Your marks will give you a job. Your skill is only something that gives you a job. Even when I am under the interview board, we are taking students, even engineering students with 40 years. If he is able to do a good programming, then we recruit them. Mark doesn't define you. Your skill is something very much very important. நீங்க நான் சொல்றத நோட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. IIC website பாருங்க. Your college has got a partner. You belong to that. There they give lot of opportunities for students to come out with ideas. So what is innovation is, make a note, invention into commercialization. What is innovation? Everybody say invention multiplied by commercialization. 1, 2, 3, start. What is innovation? எனக்கு எப்படி இருக்கு தெரியுமா, 70 வயசு தாத்தாங்களுக்கு கிளாஸ் எடுக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்குது. வாட் இஸ் இனோவேஷன்? இன்வென்ஷன் மல்டிப்ளைட் பை கமர்ஷியலைசேஷன். ஒன்ஸ் அகேன், யூ ஆல் யூஸ் பென்ஸ். பென் யூஸ் பண்றீங்களா? யோயோ பென்னா? தட் இஸ் வாட் காலேஜ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் யூஸ் மோர். எஸ் ஆர் நோ? வாட் பென் யூ யூஸ்? எக்ஸ், அதான் எக்ஸோ, யோயோ. தட்ஸ் வாட் ஐ said. XO, we call it as yo-yo pens, right? When you see, each has got a different model. Yes or no? I used to see college students, school students, okay, going and comfortably telling them, this is what you need, this is the model you need. Every model is different in the design, and they commercialize it, right? That is called, you invent something, you're not going to do it from scratch. Irukra design இன்னும் better ஆக்கி and you commercialize it. That's innovation. All right. And next slide, please. Go on to the SDG goals. Move on. So what is sustainability? சும்மா ஜெனரலா sustainability-னா என்னது? What is sustainable? Having for a longer time, right? Having it for a longer time. Next, move on to the next slides, ma. So what is the importance of sustainable development? You have got lot of natural resources. How many of you plant trees? சின்ன plants எத்தனை பேர் இந்த வருஷம் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க 2025ல? Plants, do you have any drive of tree plantations? Initiate from your college. In our school, from pre-KG to 9th, every year the students, they plant it. right? They plant a tree at the school campus and also at their home. And also they water it until they see a reaping of it. If school students can do, you all can do even more than that. Yes or no? Make it as a team and then you start working on with that. Healthy environment and clean ocean. Last week we sent our students to clean Marina Beach. Right? We have sent our NSS students to clean Marina Beach. It is not even then, it's our own initiative. It is very effective. All right. A peaceful, fair, and thriving society and economic growing and employment. Move on to the next slides. Go to the UN SDG 2030 slides. Next, ma. Next. Next. Why it is important? Already we have seen. Move on to the next. What is the goal of UN 2030? Next. Challenges வேண்டாம் அடுத்ததுக்கு போங்க. Oh, okay, yeah. Move on to the next. See, this is before slide. This is very, very important. This is what I want to speak with every one of you. In 2015, the UN National adopted, 2015, 10 years before, right? 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. How many goals are there? Can you read how many goals? Sattama asing, how many goals? How many targets? 169. You go and visit onto the website for how many goals and what are the goals. You already know it. Every day you come to college, you see to it. And this target should be achieved. Have a drive like a plantation of trees in your house, near your house, or within your campuses. You can provide some food for people, right? Very, very important. Next slides, please. Move on to the case studies. Next, pongama. Make it fast. All right. So these things already we have seen. Move on to the case studies about Google DeepMind. There are 3 case studies that we see to it, and then we'll wind up the session. And we have a small quiz to play. Next, ma. Phoebe, go to Google's DeepMind slide. Move on to the previous slide. Okay, this already we have seen. Move fast. Back, ma, kila. Go to the slide that has got Google DeepMinds. Come down. 25 kila vanga. Make it fast. Come down, come down. Emma, down. Ingellama 20. Sarath, you go and check it out, the slides. Come down. No, 35. Move. Yeah. Before that. 38. 35 on the slide show pananga. Next. 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 Next, ma. Before Google's data mine. Before slide. I told Google's DeepMind. Before slide. Why do you do like this, Sarath and Phoebe? Check it out more. Okay. So, have you know about Google's DeepMind? கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? Yes or no? I'm just going to speak about 3 case studies, right? What is Google's DeepMind? It is ML. What is ML? ML oda full form theriyuma theriyada? Machine learning. You make a machine to understand. They predict and optimize schooling systems. இப்போ நம்ம இங்க உட்கார்ந்திருக்கோம்ல, நம்ம ஏசி ஏர் கண்டிஷன் யூஸ் பண்றோமா? How much power supply is used? How much power is wasted? Yes or no? எத்தனை பேருக்கு ஜிமெயில் அக்கௌண்ட் இருக்குது? கூகுள் அக்கௌண்ட் வச்சிருக்கீங்களா? நல்லா தான் ரைஸ் பண்ணுங்களா? ரைஸ் ஹேண்ட்ஸ். ஆல் ரைட். Which means இந்த கூகுள்ல ஓபன் பண்ணீங்கன்னா ரைட் சைடுல 3x3 டாட்ஸ் பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா? Google Photos, Google Meet. So how many spaces are there? You know, if you go home and just find Google data center, you know, they are not using air conditions to cool. They use only water pipes to cool it. Avlo periya data center ke they don't use it. That's Google's DeepMind. They did 40% of reduction energy used for cooling. All right. And then what is that? They used is cooling energy down, right? Power usage effectiveness improvement and carbon dioxide reductions, right? And many industry power usage, they used HVAC and grid optimization. These are the methodology they use. எல்லாரும் யூடியூப் பாப்பீங்களா? Yes or no? Go today and find how was Google's data center. What you have to search? Google's data center and find how what is a cooling system they use. Next, this is one case study. At what time? Correct. Time what get to 11? 11:30. Okay. All right. Next slide, please. This is how the Google's DeepMind looks like. Inga paakra one, can you see the power? And they use only cooling waters to move around, and they find the location near the valleys. So they get cool breeze. Those system does not get heated up. Okay, next slide. So before AI, how much power energy they used? 100%. After using AI, how much they've reduced? They've done it to 60. So 40% they have increased. So in the over 40% save already they need not do the energy generation back again. They could save energy. So ungalode performance, so yours pure, what is that AI can be used, right? And for getting ideas, you can use ChatGPT or Gemini, but not for their assignments, definitely. Next case study, please. So, you know, agriculture, right? Many of you know agriculture, yes or no? What is agriculture? Vivasayam. Some parents will be into agriculture. Even our students, we take them to an agri field only for tour, right? So we, you know, agriculture is very important, but most of the times nowadays with AI, what is most effectiveness that I can share you, right? And they use for the crop health. You remember when you studied in 6th and 7th, this season, this crop, this season, this crop. படிச்சிருக்கீங்களா? இப்போ வந்து படிச்சிருக்கீங்களா இல்லையா? Maths and you would have learned. But now you know the soil is very, very important. This you have to use for AI when you take the soil detection and tell them that will say in the season in the crop pottingna in the mari you get it, because it works a lot on protection. How many of you see climate analysis of Chennai? Climate of Chennai check பண்ணுவீங்களா? Only seeing news. விடுமுறையா விடுமுறை இல்லையா? Adila, you go and see to it. Climate Chennai. We don't have time. You can find it on the website called AccuWeather. It will tell you about the humidity and how it will be there for the next 6 months. So taking those in, don't change the slide. Taking those into the consideration, and they use Microsoft Azure. Have you heard about it? I don't know, but you can know about it. Azure Data Manager is used for agriculture genomic scanning to accelerate your crop production. So after they know how water should be used, it is not needed. Sometimes if it is more of rainfall also, you cannot have crops, right? Early pest detection and faster breeding cycle. Which breeding is very, very faster in which season according to the soil. This AI will be able to recommend, and again the crop production will be more. Once the crop production is more, the income is more, the economy is more, again we have more sustainability. All right, and next slides. So this is the crop genetics resources. First, they take the high throughput phenomenon, and then they take what are the analysis they do. For all these analysis, I'm not going to deep into it. For all this analysis, they'll be using AI. Next slide, please. So you can see from the satellite, lot of researchers even we have guided from the satellite image, or leaf or image or crop or image, or a disease irka disease ilya. In the disease, in the what is a pesticide can be used. So these are innovations that is coming AI in agriculture. Next slide. So you can see without AI and with AI, can you see the yield has started? Without AI, it is 4,100. With AI, the yield has started to 4,500. Next slide, please. So forest, land and monitoring, right? Forest, land and monitoring. Here we use satellite with AI. All right. So AI on multispectral satellite imagery to detect whether there is tree cover loss. That's what we always tell people to plant more trees, right? So you can make a note of it. Global Forest Watch. Note panikonga. Global Forest Watch. இது பண்ணும்போது in the full world, next slide I will show you, in the entire world where there is less forest you can see to it. All right. So it aggregates from the satellite data and analyzes the data. All right. And see, you can see I'm a corporate students. How can I do with that? But you can give ideas. That's what I tell. Your ideas were prepared for. Maybe you are not good in AI, you are not good in coding, you are not good in that, but you're good in analytics. Yes or no? What is it? You can come up with different ideas because ideas plays a vital role in AI. Next slide. So can you see இதுல பார்த்து சொல்லுங்களேன் எந்த கண்ட்ரிக்கு நிறைய ஃபாரஸ்ட் இருக்குது? Which country has got more forest? Africa. India there's little, but other countries, can you see there are, when the color is dark, it's a dense forest. All right, this is an image from global forest range, right? Next slide. So how they are able to do the alerts with the GFW and deforestation, whether it romba alinjittu varudhuன்றanga nariya per solranga Amazon காடுகள் என்ன அது அழிஞ்சிட்டு வருதுன்னு. So this is the analysis they do. You plant more trees, you get your generation and your grandchildren will be blessed. I tell you, we are living in this world because our grandparents have done something goodness for the society. If you want the next generation, it is in your hands. All right. Next slide, please. Go on to the global policy. Global policies. Move on to the previous slide. I'll share this link with you. You can find it out. You can also search. Listen, the UN or SDGs parunga. Next slide, ma. Next slide. Next slide. Click on the link. This is the movement that happened in 22nd September. Iniki enna date? 26. Okay, click on the play button. This is the UN General Assembly. They have spoken about SDG movements. Can you see the logo behind? Yes, which is of the 17 colors of the goals. Okay, it is called UN Web TV. Okay, you can pause this video. You can go and again find it out. Move on to the slides. Next slide, please. So UN or SDG goals, but you have seen to it, right? So go and find it out what way you can contribute. All right, and also we'll move on to the last one. We'll play a simple quiz of 5 multiple choice questions. Move on to Slido. When is your next session? At what time? Next session is at what time? No, no. After 11:30. Okay, before that. All right. இதுக்கு மட்டும் தெளிவா இருங்க. கேள்வி கேட்டா பதில் சொல்லாதீங்க. Okay. Okay. Either you go to slido.com and give the code number or scan the QR code fast. Let's see who's the winner of the day. பேசக்கூடாது. 5 minutes, I'll get permission from your college staff to use mobile. Don't go to WhatsApp or Instagram, only for this game. Didn't bring folder ka. Give your own name, don't give any other names. Okay, let's start. Others can join. Head count. Head count. Okay. 34 have, 39 have joined. Adopted. When was it adopted by United Nations? Which year? Next slide. The answer is 2015. Let's see who's on the first. Next slide. So, who's Subhash? Who's Subhash? Big round of applause to Subhash. Vinoshika. Very good. Sanjay. Sanjay. Okay, good. How do you say? Savan. All right, and Akash. Let's move on to the second question of the day. Fast. Which of the following is not a critical factor in achieving environment sustainability? Which is not a critical factor? Answer your questions. Still, you can join. The QR code is on. We have 98 who have joined. All right. Next. The answer is unrestricted industrial growth. I told you not, which is not. Let's see who's on the first place. Harini Shri. Who's Harini Shri? A big round of applause to Harini Shri. Kaiye tata mattingla. Rakesh. Rakesh is here. All right. Who's Rakesh? Very good. Vinoshika. All right. Santosh. Who's Mr. Silent? எனக்கு தெரியும் யாராவது ஒருத்தர் இப்படி பேர் கொடுப்பீங்க. Okay, we will move on to the next question for the day. Which of the following is a key principle of sustainable development goal? Short-term economic growth or environment protection, social equality and economic development, maximizing industry output at any cost, ignoring climatic change initiatives. 113 have joined. Okay, most of you have given the right. Click on next. Let's see who's on the first place. It takes a cumulative points. Harini Shri. Where's Harini Shri? Okay, on the first place. Navinesh. Who's Navinesh? Very good. Who's Mr. Silent? Who's that? All right. Vignesh. Bhavani. Very good. Let's move on to the next question, fourth question of the day. Which technology is increasingly used to monitor and promote sustainability? Shh. Work is for your hand and mobile, not for your mouth. All right. Most of you have given the right answer. The answer is AI. Next slide. Harini Shri is still on the first place. Mr. Silent is on the second place. Vignesh M. Very good. Navinesh and Varshini. Who's Varshini? Very good. The last question that will define who's the winner of the day. Next slide. Which SDG emphasizes gender equality? Which one? Very, very simple. Daily உங்க காலேஜ்ல பாக்குறீங்க. So the right answer, next, it's SDG 5. Who is this Mr. Silent? You have to come onto the stage. Who's that? Come, what's your name? Come onto the stage. Come. உன் பேர் என்ன? Come. சொல்லுடா என்ன இந்த செஷன் நீ என்ன கத்துக்கிட்டேன்னு சொல்லு. Okay, his name is not Mr. Silent, is very talkative. His name is Parthiban. A big round of applause to Parthiban. Congratulations. Move on to the next, move on to the slides. Before slide. Yes, not this. So you can scan this if you want to get my contact. All right, do something for sustainable development goals at your home, at your college, and wherever you do. Next slide. Where's the review slide? Review slide, ma. Next. You can scan this QR code and give your name. What are the one learning in the session? What is one learning from the session you can give? By the time any one of you have any questions, you can ask. Scan the QR code and give your name, college name, and one learning from the session. And you can visit our website. Last slide, I'll give you our contact. We work with higher education institutions, all right? And we promote SDG and avoid single-use plastics, all right? Avoid single-use plastics. Any questions? Do you have any questions on AI and sustainable development? Any questions? No. All right, last slide. So I would like to thank Patrician College, Kongu College for having invited me. Thank you all. God bless. Give this to the boy, huh?
Thank you, ma'am, for your enlightening presentation. Your words will undoubtedly resonate with us as we embark on our journeys. It's our time to welcome Dr. Chellama, Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Secretaryship, to propose vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is indeed my privilege to propose the vote of thanks at the conclusion of this enlightened technical session. First and foremost, on behalf of the organizing committee, I extend my gratitude to our distinguished speaker, Dr. Doran Robin, for sharing such profound insights and practical perspectives with us. Thank you, ma'am. Your thoughts provoking presentation has not enriched our knowledge, but also has opened a new avenue for research and collaboration in line with the theme of this conference. I would also like to express my deep appreciation to our esteemed chairperson, respective dignitaries, and academic leaders for their guidance and encouragements in making this session meaningful. A heartfelt thanks to all the participants, scholars, delegates from across the globe for our interest, active participation, and stimulating questions, which made this session truly interactive and productivity. Last but not least, I extend my gratitude to the organizing team for their team coordination and commitment in ensuring the success of the today's session. With this, we bring the technical sessions to the close. Let us carry forward the insights and gain today into our research pathway towards sustainable development goal for 2030. Thank you once again.
Thank you, ma'am, for your vote of thanks. And I thank all participants and faculty members for this wonderful session.
Session 2 will commence shortly. Please stay tuned. Students, kindly maintain silence. Once again, a pleasant morning to one and all present here. Now the technical session 2 resumes here on the topic Sustainability 5.0, Research Technology and Human Values for Future. Welcome is not just a word, it is a gesture of warmth and respect. It is an honor to extend a warm welcome to Ms. M. Bhairavi Ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Secretaryship with CA and Professional Accounting, to welcome the gathering and introduce our chief guest.
A pleasant morning to everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the technical session 2 of our international conference. I extend my special welcome to our distinguished chief guest, Dr. P. Deepa Ma'am, Associate Professor from the School of Business and Management of Calista University, Bangalore, to this monumental gathering. We welcome you, ma'am. I also render my grateful welcome to the correspondent, principal, academic director, secretary, heads of the department, faculty members, students, research scholars, and academicians from both the colleges to the studious platform. The title of this session, Sustainability 5.0, Research, Technology, and Human Values for the Future, resonates deeply with the need to integrate innovation with responsibility. It is a privilege to introduce our remarkable chief guest, Dr. P. Deepa Ma'am. Dr. Deepa Ma'am has an outstanding academic career spanning over 22 years, enriched with remarkable contributions to both teaching and research. She has, to her credit, more than 30 research papers published in reputed international and national journals and several chapters in edited books and conference proceedings. Her intellectual footprint is also visible through her author and co-authored books, including works on business research methods and human resource management. She has also served as editor and co-editor for conference publications of national and international importance. Deepa Ma'am has completed 7 funded research projects sanctioned by agencies such as UGC, ICSSR, and Malcolm and Elizabeth Adishesha Trust, with ongoing projects exploring innovative and contemporary themes. She has also coordinated 5 major funded programs supported by ICWA, MOEF, etc., covering themes from environmental conservation to international relations. Her global academic presence is reflected in her presentations at more than 15 international conferences, including forums in New Delhi, Pondicherry, and even the University of Central Florida. For her scholarly excellence, she has been honored with several awards, including the Best Case Award from the Case Center UK, Best Faculty Award and Research Contributor Award from Congo Engineering College, and various recognitions for her contributions to nation building and industry academia collaborations. On behalf of the organizing teams of both the colleges, I once again welcome Dr. P. Deepa Ma'am and request her to take over the session. Please, ma'am.
மைக் வேணுமா தேவையில்லையா இங்க நிக்கணும் நீங்க சப்போஸ் இந்த மைக்ல பேசல நடந்துட்டே பேச போறீங்கன்னா இந்த மைக் எனக்கு இது பெஸ்டா இருக்கும்
Very good morning. Good morning. Thank you all. And I'm very happy for my introduction that was being given by your one of the faculties.
ரொம்ப டிஸ்டன்ஸ் போயிட வேணாம் நான் இங்க தான் இதுக்குள்ள தான்
Thank you for the brief introduction given by your faculty member, and thanks for the management. And it is very great that I'm having my mentor, Dr. Swaminathan sir, for being a part of this particular function. I'm very happy to be for this session. I didn't expect, sir. Welcome, sir. This is a session I want to thank the management of Congo because my career started here. In 2000, I started my career from this institution. Till 2009, I was being with this association. A very good teamwork that we had it. And this collaboration which we had it today is because of the relationship that we have still now with this institution. It is the life and blood of this, which has given a stage for all of us who has been in Congo and has been left this institution for several other institutions. They are in a very good platform. That the credit goes to the Congo Arts and Science College, management, principal, and my faculty colleagues, and still now we have been in contact and been very happy to be a part of this program. Let me go into the session because the session timing that we have been given is a very minimal period. So I like to have it. I do not want to bore you with my lectures of what is SDG goals and all. I'll just go for the thing because why we are talking about a sustainability today. You all know that we are facing with so many number of problems. Do you remember about the recent disasters that have been happened in Kerala, Wayanad? How many of you have gone through the disasters? Wayanad flood, do you remember? A year back? Now you have the Sindh River that has been completely spoiled the entire borders of India and Pakistan. Do you remember? Yes, a flash floods. Have you heard of this? Flash floods. Wayanad incident உங்களுக்கு ஞாபகம் இருக்காப்பா? எத்தனை கிராம் டோட்டலா எவ்வளவு பேர் அழிஞ்சு போயிட்டாங்க இல்லையா? It's all because of the problem that we do not have a word sustainability is not been in our dictionary that has been followed so far. And the next slide. Okay, how many of you know the species? யாராச்சும் இந்த பூச்சி பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா? No? இதோட வயசு என்னன்னு தெரியுமா? What is the age of this particular species? This species is called to be a tadpole shrimp. Okay? Tadpole shrimp அப்படிங்கிறது. இதோட வயசு 200 million years. Okay, 200 million years. We know that many of the species are being getting extinct today, right? Like an example, you all know about a dragon. Dragon is nowhere here, right? The cobras are getting down again and again. The tigers, talk about the save the planet, save the tiger. Tigers extinctions are going down. But this species, you know what is the speciality of it? Even after 200 million years, they are still on the earth. Okay, so here, what was this particular species is that this only species has not evolved or not changed its body or its texture or its structure over a period of 200 million years. So that was the cases with this species. And what was the quality of the species? Enna theriyumla? It remains dormant. Dormant na சத்தம் இல்லாம அமைதியா இருக்கும். எப்போ அமைதியா இருக்கும்? When there is any kind of a disasters or when there is any kind of a disturbance in the environment, it will not react for the environmental changes. Any flash floods, any earthquake, any volcano eruptions, or any kind of a heat waves, whatever it come into one life, right? So in corona, many of the people have died because of this. We cannot withstand those kind of diseases, right? But this one species has been extinct for 200 million years, and they are still be a dormant species. The quality of the species is that it don't react for an environment. Environment like in the changes vandalum react agama அமைதியா இருக்கும். That will remain silent, but it lives for years and years along with an environmental changes. என்ன changes வந்தாலும் அந்த changesக்கு adapt ஆகி it will come into its existence again and again. So that was the speciality of this insect. ஒரு sustainability topic நம்ம பேசிட்டோம். We are talking about a sustainability topic. Why do I want to talk about the species? யாருக்காச்சும் பதில் இருக்கா? Why do I want to talk about the species? Yes, ஏன் இந்த species மட்டும் 200 million years இருக்கு? நாம ஒரு 60 years. You know the average age of a human being 150 இருந்து குறைஞ்சு நம்ம இப்ப எங்க நிக்கிறோம் தெரியுமா? Average age of a human being has come down with 65 years. ஒரு மனிதன் இன்றைய நிலைமையில 65 years வாழ்ந்தாலே பெரிய சாதனை. Right? In the 65 years, it's still getting down. At one point of time, when we live for 20 years or 25 years, that is the greatest blessing we'll have in the earth. சரிங்களா? So this species is living for 200 years. The thing what I want to do is that the sustainability is a concept here. I am able to sustain and survive on this earth, on this planet, by means of adapting to the changes. That is what we call as your sustainability. So here we are talking about the survival does not depend on strength. It doesn't depend on the intelligence, but it is dependent on the adaptability for changes. இந்த ஊரும் உலகமும் நாமளும் எப்படி இருக்கணும்? We have to change for whatever process that is being existing. But what we are doing, நாம என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம்? What we are doing? We are completely spoiling our Mother Earth. We are completely spoiling the planet. We are completely spoiling the ecosystem. We are completely spoiling the ecosystem. So ecosystem spoil பண்ணி நாம என்ன பண்றோம்? The human benefits காக we are spoiling the entire environment. So now it is a time, it's very late also now. It's a time not now, you should have realized 20-30 years before that we are spoiling the planet. But it is a time that has been telling us that not if you're not before, at least this is the time that you have to change yourself to adapt to see what is being happening to your environment. Just open your eyes to see what you're doing for your earth, what you're doing for your Mother Earth, what you're doing for your planet, what you're doing for your environment. That is what we are going to talk today, and how the industries are doing it. That is the things we are going to have a discussion. Okay, if I think the previous person, the resource person, or the addresses that has been given, all are talking about AI, IoT, machine language, deep minds, deep sense. Okay, all the people are talking about this. Can AI, my first question is, can AI plant a tree? Can AI plant a tree? I just want an instruction. ஒரு AI வந்து நமக்கு ஒரு செடியை வளர்த்தி கொடுக்க முடியுமாமா? It's very difficult, right? Or can a technology alone can save our planet? No. You need to have a human existence. இல்லையா? Human existence இல்லாம AI கிடையாது. Human existence இல்லாம you don't have a technology. So if this AI and human wants to interact, நாம எப்படி interact பண்ணணும்? How do we interact? We have to balance the technology and the human-centric by means of adapting the sustainability. Okay, so I'll just have a small video, right? There will be a small video how the technology and the planet and the people are being balanced. This technology was developed by a Dendra Solutions. Okay. Dendra Solution is one of the Ireland-based company who has come up with this kind of a project. Okay, so now, have you seen, all of you seen a drone? Drone பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா? What is the purpose of a drone? What is the purpose of a drone? Drone எல்லாம் பார்த்திருக்கீங்களாப்பா? Drone ஓட purpose என்னடா கண்ணன்? It will capture the picture. You all, I think most of the people have seen in a wedding or events. Drone man is a total crowding capture பண்ணிட்டு it will be doing it. But what they have done, இது escape கொடுக்கணும். இந்த இதுக்கு வந்துட்டு give an escape. Minimize your window, ma'am. Right. Then come for your screen expand பண்ணிக்கங்க. 1 minute. So this, how they are using this drone technology to create an environment, to create a situation where they are going back to planting of trees. Okay. So now how the technology, how the human and how the planet are interconnected. You just see this video, please. Volume is not there. System volume. Settings la போங்க மேம். Go to the settings. Stable volume. Full volume connected to speaker, to headphones or speaker. No, headphones கொடுங்க மேம். No, to the headphones கொடுங்க மேம். Is it? The play பண்ணுங்க. Right. Start from the first year. Okay. So just listen to this video.
The scale of what we're going to do is one which is going to regreen our Earth. We will be able to see the ecosystems that were restored from space. We need to use technology to scale up our restoration efforts. And the scale we're talking about is tens of billions of trees every year. It's a new step change in the way we're thinking about global restoration. As an engineer, we can use all our innovation and all our ideas to make this world in a better place than how we found it. The challenge that we're tackling is a complex one, and working with a team of passionate engineers, plant scientists, drone operators, we came up with this idea to use automation and digital intelligence to plant billions of trees. We, as humans, invented the chainsaw. We need to invent the equal technology to then restore and plant that tree as quickly as it comes down. We need that same level of innovation and dedication on the solution to restore our and when we upload that into the earth, it is photograph all of the cars and find the what we do is put into this spider has all of these needs. So when it gets shot around, we don't restore our but losing out on productive.
It is done. So could you see how our technology is incubated in terms of an environmental protection? So you could see the balls, right? The seed balls, which is a biodegradable balls made with all the nutrients, and once it is being dropped, it will get into the forest, like it will get into the soil, and it will give you some kind of a plantation over there. This is being happening in terms of where the forests are getting degraded day by day. We are cutting our trees and we are into a process of a deforestation by which we are losing our fossil fuels, right? Fossil fuels. In the energy solution, the fossil fuels are being lost over here. So that's why we need to integrate technology, planet, and the people, right? So that is what we are trying to talk about. So this is what we are going to talk today, how we are just going to integrate the 3 P's of a sustainability. So again, you have a small video over here, which talks about people, planet, and profit. But this time, this will be an entirely different story. Okay. So this particular video that you are going to watch now will be based on how Africa is going to rebuild its ecosystem. Africaன்னு சொன்னோடனே உங்களுக்கு ஒரு particular country வந்து you have to come into your eyes. A highly deserted country of Africa. Can you, anybody of you can say it, which is a highly deserted, பாலைவனம், வறண்டு. It is a drought-prone area. Have you heard of this? குழந்தைங்கள்லாம் நியூட்ரிஷன்ஸ் இல்லாம ரைட்டா கை காலெல்லாம் அப்படியே சின்ன சின்னமா போய் வயிறெல்லாம் உப்பி. Have you heard this country? Nigeria is well in its soil nutrients. Somalia is for the, again, hunger. Hunger is being highly providing nearby. She is nearing by. Can anybody agree? Have you heard of this country called Ethiopia? Ethiopia? Yes. So this Ethiopia is completely devastated by means of deforestation. Complete anga irukkudiya marangalla, you know how Africa has been contributing number of it. It is very rich in its resources. It has so many trees in it. But at one point of time, there was a drought has happened and Ethiopia was completely devastated. So what happened was that the people from Ethiopia started moving to other countries for their occupations, for their long living. What they did was, they shifted from Ethiopia to a different countries in Africa where they can have their own sustainable living. So once they have seen this, and this scenario was in the year of 2000. 2000 Ethiopia பயங்கரமான ஒரு வறட்சி வந்து எல்லாரும் அந்த ஊரை வந்து காலி பண்ணி போறாங்க. It was being persisting. The South African government is giving funds after funds to recover the deforestation, but they cannot do it. In 2010, there was a confederation which has been talking about an International Council of Conservation of Nature அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் நடக்குது. அந்த கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் is being happening in Rio, Germany. ஜெர்மனில டிசைட் பண்றாங்க. It was in the month of July 11. Okay, July 11ல இந்த கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் நடக்குது. அங்க வந்து they are talking about how to conserve the nature, because not only Ethiopia is going to fall, the other countries is also going to follow the same line of a drought if you are not going to protect your environment. So in the council decide பண்றாங்க that we want to revoke our country by means of doing a plantations. So plantations நம்ம பண்ணி drought நம்ம overcome பண்ணணும். So how we are just going to do it. And in 2011, they are setting one plan. That is, they are going to give 350 billion trees are going to be planted around the world, so that I am just going to come out of my drought. 380 billion plants are going to be planted by 2030. Isla Africa will participate பண்றாங்க. Africa is saying that I am just going to take up a risk of by 2030 I am going to plant 100 million plants in my country. Okay, Africa is setting a target of by 2030 I am just going to plant 100 million trees out of all the countries. One country itself has chosen 100 million. Out of this 100 million, Ethiopia came up with a challenge that my country, that from Africa, the continent, my to give you about 1 million trees by means of 2030. So அவங்களோட சேலஞ்சே பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா 1 million tree 2030 வரணும். So South Africa, in association with Indian Council of Conservation of Nature and the South African government initiatives for conserving the nature, they came up with the challenge called Bonn Challenge, BONN, Bonn Challenge. ஒரு challengeல இவங்க participate பண்றாங்க. This challenge is called again Bonn Challenge. So இந்த இதுல என்ன பண்றாங்க அப்படின்னா, South Africa is ready to rebuild its ecosystem. I'm just going to plant a tree across my continent, across Africa, and I'm going to revoke my continent, right? So அதுக்காக என்ன பண்றாங்க, the great way, நீங்க எல்லாருமே Great Wall of China கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க இல்லையா? Okay, Great Wall of China. But South Africa, Great Wall of South Africa, that has been planted by trees அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு ப்ராஜெக்ட் ஆரம்பிக்கிறாங்க. So it is a Great Wall of Africa built with trees. And what they have did is, This project is being started in the year of 2011 again, so not 2011, 2016, and still the project is going on now. So their aim is by 2030, still their projects are going on now. And their borders of an Africa, they are covering around 11 countries, building a tree belt. Okay, building a tree belt across 11 different nations of South Africa, and they have given they are growing a tree, right? I'll just show you a video now how it is being built, how they are being revoking their nature back. They are bringing their nature back. They are bringing their ecosystem back. Please.
When they were in new trees, they would move deep back in the road, soil, but it is more protected. The leaves provide comfort and the canopy increases the humidity of the environment and offers some shade, so there is less need for a lot of water. Yeah, that before there was widespread drought and hunger. Then the tree planting took place, and then the garden for the women to grow crops. Yes, really helped the people. Now we have 200 women working, and they are being paid well. And before, you used to know, but nowadays they just put on the data and correct report for jobs. They move up the
Probably having work. The manufacturers and economic schools to quickly more in their newspapers because they grow many vegetables and everything might produce logically.
Have you seen this? Right. Across 11 countries, as a very long project of 19 to 20 years, they have been doing it out, and they were being able to. This is one which has been in South Africa, which has the greatest number of an output in terms of your planting a trees. Okay, and you can notice in your video, the acacia is a plant which they have planted across the border because it has the capacity to take the water and withstand the water level in the soil. So that even if there is any drought occurs, this soil will have an underground water level will be much more higher. So that was a project they have been done. Okay, so now we have heard about why the projects are being done. Do you know what is an alarming shock that has been happening today? How many of you know about an SDG goals? How many goals are there? 17 goals are there, right? Out of 17 goals, you see that only 12% of an SDG goals are on track. Okay, 12% of an SDG goal, 12% now, 17 to 12%. 100 divided by 12, hardly 2-3 projects are being highly successful. அதுக்கப்புறம் இருக்கக்கூடிய projects எல்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா it is very difficult to run on a track. What has been happening here is that most of the countries nowadays are focusing on climate change, one. Second, Our country, India, is being highly sparing on solar energy. It's an alternative energy sources we are being trying to look into it. And these are many number of projects which has been upcoming in terms of building our own nation. So the most worst case is that the climate change and the water depletion that has been happening. Okay, so I'll just go with these two things alone because so much of talk to, so much of things to talk over, but I'll just go with these two statistical figures. So this is one of the statistical figures. Have you all heard about, நீங்க எவ்வளவு பேர் ChatGPT யூஸ் பண்ணுவீங்க? ChatGPT, Gemini AI, very rare. Instagrams எத்தனை பேர் யூஸ் பண்றீங்க? ஐ பொய் சொல்லக்கூடாது, எல்லாத்துக்கும் அக்கௌண்ட் இருக்கும். Okay, I'll not track your account at all. Just asking for it. How many of you have a practice of sending an email? Email அனுப்புவீங்களா? At least WhatsApp message அனுப்புவீங்களா? Daily எத்தனை மெசேஜ் அனுப்புவீங்க? 100? So countless. Right? Right. Please listen. So, for every email that you are sending, for every ChatGPT download you are spending, you are consuming an electricity. சரியா? You are consuming an electricity. ஒரு ChatGPT ல ஒரு prompt கொடுத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, when you give a prompt, it consumes high level of data. It goes through a thought process of consuming the data from its data server. So what happens is that it takes much of an electricity that was being drawn by an hydroelectricity. In the electricity, எங்கிருந்து எடுக்குதுன்னு பாக்குறீங்கன்னா from water. So because of that, what has happened is that most of the lakes, ponds, and the rivers that has been here is being taken by means of this acquisition of a data, which are done by the data centers. இதுல most alarming issue என்ன தெரியுமா? இந்தியா தான் அதுல first placeல இருக்காங்க. இந்தியால, you know, US has around 2000 plus data centers. But அவங்களுடைய scarcity, water stress level பாத்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப கம்மியா இருக்கு இந்தியாவோட கம்பேர் பண்றப்ப. ஆனா இந்தியால you have around 236 data centers, which is very minimal compared to that of US and the other countries. But what is the stress level is that you can see that 4.1%, that is an extremely high on a 5, 4.1% is that you have a current water risk level. அதாவது நம்மளுடைய ஏரியா எல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா இப்போ drought ஆயிட்டே வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. Our areas are becoming, our water level, the water depletion level is being growing higher and higher because email send பண்ணா கூட நம்மளுடைய electricity consumption இருக்கும். By sending an email also, there is an electricity consumption, right? So what happened here is that we are consuming a lot many number of data, not many number of water to cool our data centers. Recently, ஒரு வீடியோ வந்துச்சு Amazon-ஓட, I'll just show you a picture. Amazon-ஓட data center பாருங்க எத்தனை data center வச்சிருக்காங்க. It's ஏற்கனவே 237 ஆக்டிவா இருக்கு, but they have around 142 other data centers, extra data centers are there. Around 600 and something, so 379 are totally in case of an Amazon data center. Amazon-um Microsoft-um இப்போ recent-ஆ they have immersed their data containers into an Amazon river. அவனோட டேட்டா சென்டர்ஸ் ஒரு பெரிய பல்க் டர்பைன் மாதிரி ஒரு பெரிய கண்டெய்னர்ல கொண்டு போய் என்ன பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கான், அமேசானோட ரிவருக்குள்ள உள்ள இமர்ஸ் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கான். என்ன இருக்குன்னா, it generates so much of heat. It generates so much of heat that because of that heat, entire planet is getting dried and the people are dying by means of heat wave diseases. Right? Spain அதிகமா லெவல்ல heat wave diseases இறந்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. The number of counts by means of a heat wave in Spain is being higher and higher because of this kind of data. You can see the data centers. But you can see that even though Canada has 239 centers, 39 data centers. You see the water level, the water risk level, the stress level of the water is very low here. So what they have done is, this is that, Canada and Brazil. Canada has most of its data centers in a state called Arizona state. Arizona state la nariya data center vechirukanga. Enna, it is being near by the sea. So they have separated themselves from an area where the people do not live in most of the things. So I'm being separated from the population where people are living more. I'm trying to set my data center over there. The same way, the Microsoft also recently have opened its data center in an Amazon forest, where the people will not be able to, the nearby locality, you don't have any kind of a livelihood patterns, right? So this is how it has been happening. So now on the ஒரு picture தான் அனுப்புறேன், ஒரு reel தான் அனுப்புறேன், ஒரு story தான் அனுப்புறேன். That is okay. What it is going to do? It's not like that. When you put one prompt in a chat GPT, you are using some electricity, you are consuming some electricity where you are dehydrating your water, right? You are losing your water sensitivity here. So this is what been happening, right? But நம்மளுடைய aim என்ன? We need not live today. We want our generation to live in future. We have to create a planet, we have to create a space for the next generation who is going to come up, so that we are giving a very good planet for them. நமக்கு நம்மளுடைய முன்னோர்கள், our generation has given us a very good land, very good place to live in, but we are spoiling the entire earth. So now your duty is that you need to give a very good planet for the future generations. So how we are just going to do it? This is a system integration that we are going to do with. The system integration talks about you need to integrate the technology, you need to integrate the human centric in with the sustainability, so that you create a resilience. You are going to create a resilience. I'm just going to go through some of the slides which will be an explanation of each and every of these points, and we'll just be working on. First, in any country, people is the first element. The people are the first most important resources of every country. So just we're going with this human centric. So now you just see this diagram of an industrial revolution. So this industrial revolution talks from the year of industry 1.0. Now we are living in the world of an industry 5.0, right? So in industry 1.0, what we did is that the industry was there and we were there. Right? The industry has been not much of a technology. You have a small rolling machines, you have a small drying machines. It's been human operated, not a machine operated. Think of your forefathers who have operated some kind of a machines. It will be lying in your corner of your houses to see that they have not. Have you just seen that how the khadis are being rolled? We'll be using a handmade technology. We don't have any technology to operate much over there. So it was something which we in the terms of an coexistence. Now that is not possible because internet has been coming, IoT has been blooming, the machine language is coming up, all is being occupied by means and AI. I cannot live without that. How many of you can live without a mobile in your hand for a day? How many of you can live for a day without a mobile in your hand? Is it possible? The internet has become your mobile has become a blood and flesh of your life. இல்லையா? அது இல்லாம யாராச்சும் தூங்குறீங்களாப்பா? தயவு செஞ்சு தூங்குனீங்கன்னா அந்த மொபைலை ஸ்விட்ச் ஆஃப் பண்ணிட்டு keep it in some corner because it has a radio effect waves இருக்கும். உங்களுக்கு வராத நோயெல்லாம் இனிமேல் வரும். சரியா? அதனால போன பக்கத்துல வைக்காதீங்க. Don't keep it. If you're not using a mobile phone, also if you're using a mobile phone, please try to switch off the data for some time and then keep it out. Night full data on பண்ணாதீங்க. Off பண்ணிடுங்க. Right? Data off பண்ணிட்டு then you go for your sleep. So that is one way that you are contributing something for the earth. Right? So I'll come with this. So without a technology, we cannot live. So what has become is that we are evolving with the technology. So industry 5.0 is we stating a condition of we are going to evolve with the technology and we are going to live with the technology. Without the technology, we cannot do it. So in that co-creations or co-evolution, we need not leave out our human aspects. Human aspects, we should prioritize our human needs. That is the most important thing. Second, we need to create an environment where technology and human can be empowered both. Rendukume empowerment venu. Human also has to be empowered. How many of you have heard this way? AI is going to take my job. எத்தனை பேர் இதை கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்க? AI வந்துருச்சு, என்னோட ஜாப் எல்லாம் போச்சு. Yes, it's a commonly talked topic now, right? AI, no way, AI cannot replace us human. AI can go in hand with the human and not it is a replacement. That's why we always talk about a thing called then co-evolution will happen. So this is in case of your human-centric. Second, coming for a sustainability. So in case of your sustainability, we are evolving from a 4.0 to 5.2. So in this cases, what you have to do is that digitalization is going to take over and it has been already gone for a sustainable digitalization. Now, in digitalization பண்ணாலும் என்ன transformation technology கொண்டு வந்தாலும் it has to be a sustainable element in it. Sustainable element is nothing but we need to reuse, rewrite, recycle, whatever things we have to bring back again and again in order to serve your environment. The last part is that how you are going to be doing your resilience. Okay, so resilience is nothing but how we are just going to, with the robustness that is your grooming technology that has been, how we are just going to bring a resilience. இதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப scientific-ஆ இருக்கும். Let me go for a small video now. You just check it out whether you like these innovations or not. So why don't you think in this way so that you can have your own venture. 22 innovations. Okay, from the first. Before this video, it's something which we commonly use in our daily life. But it's a small innovations that has been existing. This was the innovations of 2024. Right? Every year there is a little bit of innovations. Every year innovations are happening. You can go through your YouTube. It is available in YouTube. You can go through it. So these innovations, which we can think in our term to bring back our sustainable life. Right? Yes. solar grade panels. So now they are having around 8,000 incubators to boost the solar energy and this project was by this company, but they are doing these kind of projects. Okay. So they just started okay, okay, your colleges I appointed based on these two furnitures are the 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 furnitures that are being used is being from the used woods or the used furniture that has been using it. So what happened here was that they do not manufacture any kind of and furnitures from the woods that is being cut down from the trees. These woods are being taken from the refurbished, that is, they are doing the furniture from the old furniture. 100% of their furnitures are by means of an already used furnitures. How many of you have used a brand called Nike shoes? Nike shoes, how many of them are using it? No? You know, 87% of Nike shoes are made from the old toe shoes. It's not a new shoes that you are being wearing. You are using the shoes that has been already used by somebody else, torn into a number of pieces, and then you are collecting it and recycling it and reproducing it, and you are rebuilding the product again. Right? Have you heard about this kind of a Patagonia, a brand of worn wash shirts? All the Patagonian things are being known for the sports wears. So in this sports wear, what will happen is that sports wear, these sports wears are taken from the worn out cloths. They do not use new cloths for manufacturing. This is being taken from the cloths that has been already used by the sports person, sports people, the athletes and everybody. So what happened here is that we need to adopt some kind of an earlier our tradition was that earlier our tradition was into one concept of our own older tradition. We need to buy the product. For buying a product, we have to take the raw material from the environment. We will take, we will make a product, we'll use it, and we'll dispose it. But today's on the sustainability concept, we need to work on the concept of reuse it, repair it, and recycle it. Okay? Reuse it, repair it, and recycle it. So this is a way that we can contribute in terms of maintaining our sustainability. So my last word for this session is that
It is a time to think that when I initially started, I told you, it's a time to think that not a right time, it is already crossed the time. It's the right time to think about what we can do for our planet. We have taken so much from our planet. We have taken so many number of things from our planet. Why? But what we are going to repay for our planet. Think of it. Let all the business ideas or all the activities that you're going to take in your future, think about sustainability and have a very good sustainable life. Thank you, everyone. Have any doubts? Ask for it. Any doubts? Did you like this session? Yes. I think I have imparted you some kind of a seeds in you. At least think of it when you use a bottle, when you use a paper, when you use some kind of a cloth. In your regular day-to-day life, think something when you are using something which has been harmful for your mother earth. Okay? My first mother is your earth. The second mother is your mother's. Right? So think of that and do well. And we have, I'm taking much of my time, we'll take minutes. We sincerely thank our distinguished resource person for sharing such profound insights and perspectives. Your talk not only enlightened us with knowledge, but also encouraged us to reflect on the balance between progress and values. It has truly inspired us to think more responsibility about the future. We deeply value your time, expertise, and encouragement you have given us to work towards meaningful change. Now, I would like to invite Now, I would like to request Dr. R. Goklavani ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Secretaryship with CA and Professional Accounting of a college to present the vote of thanks. Good afternoon to everyone present here. Gratitude is an overflow of the pleasant filling our soul. First, I wish to thank our honorable correspondent Thirupi Sachidanandam Avargal, who is providing all his support to attain success in all our academic endeavors. I wish to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our respected principal Dr. H. Vasudevan sir for his valuable guidance and thoughtful ideas which serves as a real backbone in our academic life. Thank you, sir. I wish to convey our heartfelt thanks to our head of the department, Dr. K.K. Alagappan sir, who is the real motivator for us in all our activities. Thank you, sir. Now I wish to render our sincere and special thanks to our respectable chief guest of the day, Dr. Deeba ma'am, for accepting our invitation, delivering his mind-blowing speech in Sustainability 5.0, Research Technology and Human Values for the future in this remarkable event. We are honored by your gracious presence and wonderful session, ma'am. Ma'am, your session was really extended and much insight has been rendered. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your heartfelt vote of thanks. Now I ha- now I now I hand over the session to the Partition College of Arts and Science for the technical session 3. Now I hand over the session to the Patrician College of Arts and Science for the technical session 3.
welcome to the good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. We will welcome you for today's session. We will start in another 2 minutes.
ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டாங்கப்பா.
A very good afternoon to everyone present here. It gives an immense pleasure to welcome you all to the technical session 3. Nothing can be more reassuring and heartwarming than affectionate words of welcome. To begin this program, I would like to call upon Rajashri to deliver the welcome address and introduction of the chief guest.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, and delegates. On behalf of Felicitation College of Arts and Science, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this session. Today, we gather to share knowledge, insights, and experiences. This conference session is a testament to our commitment. I encourage you to engage in meaningful discussions, share your experiences, and build connections with fellow attendees. And I'm pleased to introduce our chief guest of this session, Dr. Christina Nyaramani, Senior Lecturer and HOD of Electrical, Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering at St. Joseph University in Tanzania. With over 19 years of experience and a PhD in Communication Systems from Anna University, Chennai, Dr. Christina has taught at prestigious institutions like Coimbatore Institute of Technology and Karania University. She introduced innovative courses like BSc Biomedical Engineering and has published research on antenna design, wireless communications, and biomedical applications. Dr. Christina has won the Best Presenter Award at a conference in Indonesia and holds patents related to 5G technology. We are thrilled to have her share her insights with us today. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajashri, for the warming welcome and introduction of the chief guest. And now, to warm our heart with hopeful words of inspiration and knowledge, I request our chief guest, Dr. Christina Nyanamani, to address the gathering.
Good morning, all. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. So, good morning. So, my title given is Innovation and Sustainable Development for Economic Development. So, I'm glad to be part of this conference on research pathways to 2030 and the insights for sustainable development. So here we are standing at one of the major crossroads of our time, where innovation and development is a necessity of the time. And overall, for the past few decades, there have been a lot of innovation, but the sustainability and its impact on the environment has been very great. So it's time that we acknowledge both sustainability and innovation. So the title for the convocation is very apt for today's scenario. So I'd like to give a short presentation about my insights on this topic. So far, innovation is not just invention. So far, we have such innovations which have been a major cornerstone of progress, and they have been engines of profit for major companies, but not anymore. Even though profit is a major major criteria for all the innovations and inventions, but now it has become a problem of sustainability. So there are other terms which have been now included along with innovation. So the term sustainability, so as we have seen in the previous presentation also. So sustainability means you're meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations. So far, the innovations which we have done, say it can be a simple innovation like the automobiles. So the poisonous gases from the automobiles have affected our atmosphere, the oxygen content, so that the future generations are now faced to are open to serious diseases. And even the crops, when we take the agricultural scenario, we have used many pesticides over a long time, having it as an innovation, but now we are facing major lifestyle diseases and risks because of these unsustainable innovations. So now we have to think about innovations which are sustainable and which do not compromise on the ability of future generations. So we should not be greedy that only our generation should enjoy the innovations, but then we have to think about the environmental things. So like using solar energy, so we don't use up all the fossil fuels, so we preserve the resources for the future generations. We think about agriculture where we can practice crop rotation and organic farming so that we preserve the soil fertility. And then even you think about business like computers and electronics, you have to think about safe management of e-waste. Like your old laptops and old computers, they should be discarded at a safe method or recycled so that they can be again used in the production process. Again, sustainable and innovation, when we talk about, we also talk about equity, where we are open and we allow opportunities and resources and support to all the people. Education is open, so when we have innovation practices in education, where even students from disadvantaged backgrounds can compete fairly, so we can open up internet and other resources for them. And then if you have innovation strategies in healthcare, we can provide subsidized treatments for even the low income families so that everyone can be able to access the essential medical care. And similarly, apart from that, innovations also should include gender equity so that both men and women have equal opportunities as leadership in workplaces. So apart from that, sustainability, it includes equity, and apart from that, it also includes resilience. So resilience as the same thing as we saw in the earlier presentation. It is your ability to withstand, it's your ability to adapt and recover from any challenges and shocks and crises that you may encounter environmentally or socially or economically. So, suppose you have a serious issue like a tsunami or something coming in and damaging all the coastal areas. Maybe you can come up with sea walls or evacuation plans. So, that is an example for community resilience. Or even when you fail an exam, it just means that how fast you're able to bounce back and come back to your feet and then appear for your arrear. So that is your personal resilience. So all these are part of innovation. It is not just inventing. Earlier case, it was just invention and the product was available in the market. But now every invention is has to come up with a sustainable ways, equality ways, and also resilience ways. So all this must be included. So even if you have an innovation, you become an entrepreneur, you bring out your innovative ideas, you should have a spirit of resilience to come back, and also you should have a mindset of equity to provide for your workforce, and also you should have ideas about sustainability. So when we go into the view of global challenges, why do we go in for all these? Is that because we have so far ignored all these sustainable aspects, so that our climate is being widely changed because of the industrial revolutions, about the cars and about the poisonous gases we leave out into the atmosphere. Our climate is changed. Our resources are becoming more scarce and scarce every day because of we are using all the fossil fuels, and there is inequality, and the unemployment rates are also going high. So the innovations and inventions are only have been engines of profit, as I stated earlier. So that employment has not been fair enough. All the people are not employed. All the educated, literate, degree holder students are not employed. So we have to find employment also in all these innovations. So again, this innovation is the driving force for any company or any technological sources. And recently, innovations have been coming up more in three main areas. So to be quite precise, we have renewable energy technologies, which are forcing on more and more innovations, because as we saw, the fossil fuels are drying up. So we need renewable energy technologies, and for that we need more and more efficient systems to be designed and developed. And similarly, digital health, where we have more sensors and things coming up, so that you don't have to spend infrastructure, or don't have to spend a lot of manpower in implementing hospitals in every area, but you can access the health of the patients by using some innovative devices. And then smart agriculture, where you are going to address the fertility of the crops, pesticides, and improve the harvest. So here I would like to tell some few examples of the recent innovations that have come up in the various fields. So the few examples are solar microgrids. So solar microgrids are nothing but, earlier we used to have a lot of solar panels, which are mainly implanted only in companies, industries. But now we have solar microgrids. Grids are the areas where electric power is harvested. So we have smaller grids. So it's called as microgrids, and these microgrids are fixed in various areas. I'm talking in context of India and Africa, where the solar power is very high. So these microgrids do not take much area of the land. So you have a small grid, and then you have a solar charge controllers and AC/DC inverters, and then they can be used for smaller enterprises and domestic and for irrigation. So the main challenge in electrical power is that, or storage of electric power is that, electrical power can never be stored. You cannot store them. So once they are generated in some area, or they are captured by a solar energy, they have to be used. And much of the solar power is wasted when they are transferred from one end to another. So from Tamil Nadu, from Neyveli, you're getting solar power, or from Kudangulam, you're getting electrical power. Much of the power is wasted when they are traveling from the generator station to your home. So instead of that, when we place solar grids at locations very nearer to our residential areas, the loss of power is very minimum. So that is one of the innovations, and the cost of implementation of these solar microgrids are also very less. So solar microgrid is one of the best examples of sustainable innovation. And then we have the telemedicine, where the medical practitioner or the doctor and the patient both are apart, but they are connected via digital, and their values are picked up by certain missions, and the doctor gives the prescription. So this is telemedicine, a perfect example of equity, where even village people can go to a local health center, can get connected via a computer, can get access to a specialist doctor who is placed maybe very far, and then they can be diagnosed. So just by the internet platform, all the patients are given equity. And the next one is precision farming, where earlier in the farms, the entire water supply will be switched on and the water goes to the entire field. But here, you calculate how much water is required, maybe using a soil sensor, moisture sensor, and then you make decisions, and using your smartphones you'll be able to access the conditions of your farm, and you will be able to control your equipment. So these are innovation examples which include the entire society, not only the rich and elite, but also the underprivileged. Everyone will be able to access power. So solar microgrids help in bringing electrical energy to villages, to rural areas. Telemedicine helps in giving health to all sorts of people, and precision farming helps in a sustainable development where you do not use pesticides in a large method, but use AI methods to detect your farming methods. So these are developed based on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So these are given for the year 2030. So that's the basic for your conference. So any innovation that we present today, it is important that whether it is a patented office or any business enterprise, they ask us as to how much of these SDG goals, the Sustainable Development Goals, our business uh, is qualifying for. So based on that, we are able to get many funds. Even here in Africa, we are able to get different UN support, business support, and our business gets a good platform when we achieve some of these sustainable development goals. So the main sustainable development goal when we see for innovation and um, innovation innovation and sustainable development for economic is that SDG 8, which says that decent work for everybody, good pay, decent work, and economic growth. SDG 9, so you should have a good industry, innovation, and infrastructure for industry. And SDG 13, where climate should not be affected, and some measures are taken for climate sustainability. So these are the main sustainable development goals of the UN network. And apart from that, if your innovation is able to cover no poverty, no hunger, good health, education, it means that your innovation is more and more standard. So I like to give some frugal innovations or small profit innovations in India and Africa as an example for our topic. So the main three examples we given as the innovations which have taken into account of the sustainability of equity and resilience. The first one is the Arvind Eye Care system, where you can do low cost cataract surgeries. So if you can see, Arvind has performed more than 4 lakh cataract surgeries per year. Per year, they're doing more than 4 lakh. So here they're doing it at a cost of less than $50 per surgery. $50 means maybe lesser than 5,000. Whereas in the developed countries, the cost goes up to thousands of dollars. So that is why the medical industry in India is booming, with many people from developed countries traveling to India to perform major surgeries, because only the flight charge is larger, but the service is good and the rates are very less. So how do they do is this? They have low cost lenses. So from the medical market, there are some innovation technologies through research partnerships. So from the medical market, they pay low cost lenses from the lens manufacturing plant, and they are given to the hospitals. And in the hospitals, there are two types of services. And for the patients who are able to afford good payment, the rich people or people who are able to afford payment, they pay for their service and get premium services. Whereas people from the rural areas who will not be able to pay, they attend free eye camps, which you all will be aware of. You have seen a lot of advertisements. They will be they will be attending these eye camps or free hospitals, and they will be able to get basic services for free. So this is actually a good business model where the Arvind Eye Care is also able to get some profit. They can run with their doctors because they need some money for running, and then the underprivileged also get some good treatment. The another one is the Jaipur food, where it is an affordable artificial limb which is being developed. It's like a prosthetic limb, The same thing comparatively, when you go for other countries like Western countries, the prosthetic limbs start from $8,000, whereas the Jaipur food, it costs less than $50 because it is manufactured using local products, not whereas in Western countries they are manufactured with high-end plastics and other chemicals, whereas here it is a low-cost artificial limb made from locally available materials. So if you can see the statistics, more than 1.7 million people worldwide are using this Jaipur food, and it is a true testament to inclusive innovation. And similarly, another one is the GE portable ECG. Again, the model number is MAC 400. It was designed especially for India and specifically for rural areas. So ECG machine, it is a bigger machine where you can find it in hospitals, but this is a compact battery operated and it is priced below $500. So it makes heart care accessible to villages, and today it is most widely used both in Indian villages and patients across Africa. And the one more thing that you will all be able to have seen in your daily commute to your colleges is the water ATMs, whereas ATM 1 liter of Bisleri or something costs you more than 20 rupees, but for water ATMs it is 2 rupees, so it is just 10%. So this is an innovation which has come up, which is accessible to everyone, provides equal opportunities to everyone, and it provides smart water. So this is what we mean when we talk about innovations, and innovations, especially sustainable development and economic development. So not only the innovators or the people who invest in these innovations get some profit, they are also profitable to the society as well. And if you talk about some of the major innovations which I saw in Africa, so I'd like to talk about three main innovations. The first one is the M-Pesa. So Africa is a continent which actually thrives out of necessity and creativity, because here there are very less innovations which have been implemented. So M-Pesa in Kenya is perhaps the most famous and now being adopted in many countries, where it turns the mobile phones into banks for the unbanked. So today, more than 40% of Kenya's GDP flows through M-Pesa, and it has more than 50 million users across Africa. And here it is very easy. You don't have to have a bank account. Like in India, where you go to your bank, you open an account, you give their details, you give their Aadhaar card, and you maintain. Here it is nothing like that. Here you have a local agent for M-Pesa to whom you have to register your SIM card, and then you can uh, get or draw your money or deposit your money. And this local agent will then be associated with the bank through which he will be able to get his money. So here it is a very simple thing. It is like a GPay, but there is no bank. In India, we have a GPay and our bank account is linked to GPay. But here we do not have the concept of a bank at all. And M-Pesa is the one which through which you can pay money and get money, and there is a local agent. And to avoid fraudulent persons, the local agent is an authorized person, and these local agents are there maybe 5 or 6 everywhere. In every corner of the road, you have a M-Pesa agent to whom you can pay the amount and get the amount in your account, or you can ask him to give you amount by giving your PIN number. And again, SMS is used for authentication. Again here, and then even you just like GPay, you can use this M-Pesa account for getting things from the shop and other things. So without bank itself, the banking technology is booming here. So it is a true testament to sustainability and how a digital innovation has helped in millions, because setting up a bank in rural Africa, people here, and more than other things, here security is a main issue, because people break in and take out things from a lot of countries here in Africa. So with such a environmental challenges, M-Pesa is thriving because people are able to use it efficiently. Another one is the solar kiosks, where small shops, even in India, we have these small roadside shops. But the thing here is, the top of these kiosks are made of solar panels, so that you don't have the need for electrical power connections. So these can be set up in all rural areas. So these are solar kiosks, and this is one of the good example for energy and micro entrepreneurship, where people can set up local shops and you don't need the need for electricity because electricity is scarce in some parts of Africa. So these are known as solar kiosks. It is one of the major innovations. And the other one, which is an example for telemedicine, is the Mama Ope Smart Jacket, which also known as Mother's Hope, which was developed in Uganda. So the reason for the development of this jacket is that here there is always a misdiagnosis between pneumonia and malaria, because both pneumonia and malaria have the similar symptoms. So when there is a misdiagnosis, it leads to a lot of problems. So we have a smart jacket with sensors that helps in the early and accurate diagnosis of pneumonia, especially in young children. So it is actually a small jacket, as you can see. It is worn around a small child patient, and this jacket consists of sensors, and it collects the vitals, mainly the breathing rate, oxygen levels, heart beating rate, and other sensor values are taken, and they are connected via a Bluetooth to a mobile app, and then it is diagnosed using AI, or if required, a remote doctor is included, so that an early and accurate diagnosis is done. So this is mainly used in rural areas and especially in young children, because as children we not be able to diagnose properly, and misdiagnosis might lead to fatal errors. So this is one of the best examples of a telemedicine, again with innovation. So the components in this are, we have a jacket with embedded sensors, and it is worn over chest and sides. It sensors to monitor various vital signs, especially the lung sounds, whether you have wheezing, because pneumonia is a condition where you have fluid accumulated in the lungs, and the breathing rate and temperature. Then you have a Bluetooth module or a wireless communication where the data by the sensors is transmitted to a mobile phone. Then you have a mobile application where the data is processed, and it compares the patient's vitals to known patterns, whether it is a healthy lung sound or a pneumonia affected lung sound, breathing rate norms, and then you estimate the presence and severity of pneumonia, and then within 3 minutes or lesser than that, the output is given, and the health workers decide if the treatment for pneumonia should be started. And the details also could be stored on a cloud for future use for tracking and monitoring. So this is the best example where telemedicine is used in Africa. Another one example is the cardiopad. This is a telecardiology medical tablet which was invented by a Cameroonian engineer, Arthur Zhang, and this performs electrocardiograms (ECGs) to to monitor heart, and it is mainly used in remote areas. So, same thing in Africa, in remote areas, especially in countries like Zambia, where you have continuous 17 hours of no power. There, you cannot use ECG machines because in hospitals you need uninterrupted power supply around the clock. So, for areas like this, you have these kind of components where you have electrodes which are placed on the chest, and they connect to a module and they get the signal, and from the tablet you get the display, the, the heart rate or the heart waveform is monitored using the tablet, and there you can visualize or you can use a computer, and the tablet sends the ECG data and patient info via GSM to a remote cardiologist, and a cardiologist in a remote hospital reviews the ECG waveform and gives the diagnostic feedback. So usually we have a ECG machine which will take your waveform, print it on a paper, and then you visit your heart doctor. But here the electrodes are placed, and via a tablet you see the waveform, and the waveforms are then transmitted to a specialized doctor, and there the doctor analyzes the waveform and gives the feedback. So the advantage is that when we see in terms of economic and sustainable development, people do not have to travel afar. So the access to medical care is brought to their doorfront. Cost saving, it reduces the travel time, sometimes reduces the cost of examination, the waiting time to see a doctor, and you also have a fast diagnosis. So this is a perfect example of sustainability. And for low infrastructure, where for setting up a hospital, you have to clear up a forest or clear up a workspace, bringing lot of damage to the local environment. But here it uses sustainability. Again, with every innovation, you do have some limitations. If there is no Bluetooth or internet connectivity, then the medical data is lost. You need good clinic staff, and the manufacturing is also questionable, the battery power, and the quality assurance. But all these can be overcome with trained clinicians, and when we have some more components to support us. So this is one of the flow diagrams for the cardio pad. So you can see the electrodes are placed on the chest and the signal is captured, and from the pad tablet through GSM, it is shown to a remote cardiologist, and they give the feedback to the health worker. The health worker gives the diagnosis and the other steps to be followed for the patient. Next one, we talk in the concept of an agricultural drones, which are mainly used in Nigeria and Rwanda. See, both are very dry areas with water scarcity. So you need to include smart irrigation and crop monitoring. So agricultural drones are used here, and based on that, agriculture can be enhanced. So all these are few examples of India and Africa. In India, we have the Arvind giving us the medical care. Then we have the Jaipur food, and then we had ECG machines, and we have water ATMs, and we also have industrial innovations like the Tata Nano cars, where where we had a commercially debated or a radical re-engineered car. So with a simple design and a supply chain innovation with 80% less cost than those cars at that time. So Tata Nano was a perfect example for sustainable development. Right? And in Africa, you have the M-Pesa, you have the solar kiosk, and then you have the Mamo Park, your cardio pad and drones. So these are not just products, these are not just innovations that have come up, but these are paradigm shifts. Shifts in the sense they not only innovations and profiteering, but they also bring in how much of economic impact they can have on societies, how much change they bring into every person in the society. So they demonstrate how research, that is, when research and development, when they are done with people or with ground realities in mind, they can actually fuel inclusive growth and sustainability. So these are groundbreaking innovations to say, because they bring in paradigm shifts rather than just market share or profit. So, again, for this responsible innovations, you have to keep in mind the circular economy, the green technologies, and the ethical AI. So, this is one how responsibly you can bring in innovations into the society. Of course, challenges are going to remain, and access to research funding is uneven. In some countries, you have good research and development, in some countries, you do not have. Similarly, you have infrastructure gaps which scale the good ideas. Sometimes you have policy problems which lag behind technological realities. You have skill mismatches, meaning that young innovators will lack mentorship and resources. So we have this kind of circular economy where we design, develop. Once you have a design in your mind, you start developing your innovations. And when you start developing them, you have a prototype, you test it, and when your testing is good, you manufacture it, distribution, operation, then maintenance, then use recycle. So when you don't have these recycling, then it is not sustainable. So the main part here in the circular economy is that you recycle your products, bring it back to your design. So that is green technologies. Similarly, when you have AI systems, you have remote processing, communication protocols, infrastructure, IoT nodes, data storage, and communication hardware. So these are all part of edge AI or green IoT systems, and everything is a cycle so that nothing goes to waste. So the challenges are many, as I told you. So we have a lot of funding gaps. Not all governments are equally giving, and sometimes in medicine we have more funding. In agriculture we have more, but for digital we have less. So all these are there. Then we have limited infrastructure, and we have policy hurdles and skill mismatch. But all these are there. But in spite of that, if you are able to innovate something, then you stand out from the. So, how we can move forward to have a sustainable development? The first one is that we have to strengthen research ecosystem. All universities worldwide and all universities in India must have a unity. They have to collaborate and then do research so that the ideas are shared, reality challenges are shared, and people are able to come up with solutions. And the other one is we have to empower youth and women, bring in a lot of youth and women. So especially here we have wherever there are coastal areas, we can have businesses and business models which can be encashed using those coastal ideas. So value added business models can be come up. And then we have the south south cooperation, which is actually the Africa and Asia can learn from each other from their frugal innovations. So this is one where because Asia and Africa are some countries in Asia and Africa, mainly like countries like India, we share the same climate, more or less the same economic background. So the innovations can be shared. So that's the, it is known as the South-South cooperation. So you can even see in the diagram some of the countries which are connected to the network, and they share their good practices with each other, and they are able to build up a good, sustainable environment. So just to sum up my small seminar, so I have just given some frugal healthcare innovations in India and some mobile and energy solutions in Africa. So both India and Africa show us a simple truth that innovation does not wait for wealth, it responds for need. So no more it is waiting for a capital. Earlier, when you need to implement in a business, or when you have to have an innovation model like setting up a business, you need to have a capital, or you need to have a wealthy father. But now it is always innovation, it responds to need. So when we are guided by good research and shaped by sustainability, innovation becomes the most powerful tool for economic development. So the main thing we can, youngsters as you can do is, even if you have a small idea, you can start it as a small startup, and then you can go in for collaborations with other business models where you can go for technology transfer so that you can have a inclusive growth. So starting from your college now, right now you are students, so from here you can start your research where you can plan whether you can have any business model, or you can have innovation hubs in your colleges where you can sit together, because every great business model we have, even from Google to Facebook, all was started in college. So that is the place where young minds can come and you can learn what is the need or what is the current need for an youngster. So when you have innovation hubs in your colleges, you can sit together, build up a business model. You can have an interdisciplinary collaboration where students from IT or students from engineering or students from anything, any business model. Even it can be a digital online learning portal, or it can be a digital business model, or it can be a specified role in agriculture. So students should start innovations right from their colleges and universities. So when you have a commitment to build an ecosystem that will nurture such innovations, you'll be able to find any innovation that can be implemented in communities, hospitals, or farms, or even in households. So today, innovation, especially for youngsters, is a necessity, not a luxury that you can enjoy, but you have to come up. So I want every one of you to define tomorrow's prosperity with today's research. So thank you one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Your words will remain closely to our hearts. Thank you is the best prayer that anyone could say as it expresses extreme gratitude, humility, and understanding. I would like to call upon Akshaya to deliver the vote of thanks. Excuse me. We will share new YouTube link in the group. Kindly join for the technical sessions. Now, I call upon Akshaya to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to one and all. On behalf of Patrician College and Department of BCom Corporate Secretaryship, it is my proud and privilege to extend the vote of thanks at this program session. And I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest, Dr. Christina Nyanamani, for gracing this occasion with inspiring words. It will be really helpful for our students. And I thank the management and faculty members for their support. Finally, a warm thanks to all students, scholars, and academicians for joining with us. Thank you.